Hey, what's up, guys? Wanted to pick up where we left off talking about what or what not to feed our pets, especially dogs. Cats kind of fall in the same category. The strength of their teeth is pretty much the same as a dog in some cases, as far as their chewing abilities and what they should or should not chew on. But we always have misconceptions that a dog's tooth is stronger or harder than our teeth are. So I wanted to just quickly break down. I drew some fun little illustrations for us to talk about real quick. Hopefully, I don't bore everybody too much. Um, Here we have our human tooth, and as we can see here, this is the enamel of that tooth, and it's a little wider actually than most cases in dogs. So sometimes humans will have more enamel in some places of their molars and crunching places. But then just below that white line of enamel, we have the green stuff there. Not really green in real life, but I wanted to have some kind of visualization for you guys. That's where all the nerves and fun stuff happens within the dentin of the tooth. And the dentin is just beyond that hard shell or armor of the tooth. Once that is worn off or broken off, we expose very vital, ouchy nerves. So we don't wait very long at all to call our dentist if we do break a tooth or wear a tooth to the point where it's hurting us. We're actually pissed that we can't get in the very same night to have that tooth taken care of. So with our animals, in dogs, we know that we have the same little nerve endings within those little areas below the gum line. Um, Below the gum line is something called cementum, and then below or above the gum line, below the enamel there, is called dentin. And in that dentin or below the gum line in that root areas are they're called odontoblasts, and those odontoblasts are basically nerve endings. Basically, it's a fancy word for nerve endings. They have much more nerve endings than we do in those areas, so they're much more sensitive. The differences being of regular care or regular problems, excuse me, is a human cavity starts on the outside where we wear a hole from sugars and salts or acids, etc., from our foods or from opening beer bottles and such, if you're a crazy person. However, that is the entrance in what we call human caries lesions or cavities. Most of the time, it is happening. Because of what we're dieting on, what we're eating on. Now, for our canines, a little bit different. They have the same enamel, then dentin, and then cementum below the gum line. So, in terms of the anatomy, makeup, structure, the ability to crunch and chew, it's about the same. So, our animals, especially our kitty cats, will get internal resorptive lesions, which means these teeth below the gum line will start breaking apart and the body starts absorbing these pieces of tooth. Before you know it, we have a catastrophic break from the crown and separate that part. Once open air gets in or underneath that gum line to where all those nerve endings are, that's where it gets ouchy. So there's really no ability stronger than we have to chew things. So the same reason why I mentioned we can break a tooth on an ice cube. I broke a tooth on a granola bar. So of course, when we chew things like deer antlers, cow hooves, nyla all the things we kind of mentioned a little bit on yesterday, it doesn't mean that every one of those things your dog's going to break its tooth the minute that they get them. Some animals will chew them and play with them like a fun toy rather than trying to ingest them. And that's what happens is the ability to break things down um, or want to break things down to ingest them, excuse me. So hopefully this kind of breaks it up a little bit or clarifies the reason why your dog shouldn't be chewing bones, whether meat bones, no bones, ever. Nutritionally, different story. If your vet has prescribed you bone marrow or something, there's ways of getting it without causing harm to your animal's tooth. So hopefully this was fun. It was fun for me to draw the pictures at least. Please like and share and tell your friends. Thanks. Have a good day.